All right. Well, again, really good effort from our guys. Love the fight that we showed. Played some really good basketball. I thought for the most part, they picked up their defensive intensity in the fourth, which hurt. And we just, we got to go through that experience and realize, like, guys, if they're going to be picking us up at half court and holding and grabbing, we got to get ourselves open, and we got to look to attack, look to create. And then when we get open looks, we got to make them. You got to give them a lot of credit. Every time they needed a big shot, one of those guys, it's why they're all pro, all NBA guys. They knocked them down. But I love the fight from our guys, and the 35 assist, really playing the way we want to play as a team for the most part tonight.
We'll start with James here.
Hey, Luke, I think this is a 7th consecutive game that you guys have given up 120 plus points. Is that, like, tonight, was it just a matter of you guys got into a shootout, or is there something you can do to get that number down a bit?
Well, we could slow the ball. We could slow it down, but I don't think that's the answer for our group. I think our group is, we want to look to push it. And obviously we're continue to work on the defensive end, but like, you look at the effort from our guys, it's not a lack of effort out there. It's, sometimes you're going against really good players, and we understand we got to get better. We got to get better, especially on that defensive end. But what the type of effort we're getting from our guys is the most important part of it. And now we just have to keep getting better at it, and understanding what we're trying to accomplish out there.
Matt George.
Hey, Luke. Sacramento Kings tonight blew both a 20 and a 19 point lead. Obviously, basketball is a game of runs, and you knew the Blazers weren't going to go away. But overall, is it a problem that you're seeing big leads like you've been able to build a couple times this season evaporate so quickly?
No, I look at it that I think we're playing pretty good basketball, building those leads against these elite teams. I think there's always, most every game there's going to be. I watched the Toronto Portland game, from 2 nights ago. Toronto built up a 15-point lead. I mean, that's the NBA. So now the elite teams find ways to finish those off, and that's what we're trying to build towards. But we're not there. We're not there yet. But I give credit to our guys for giving that type of effort and playing that way to build up that lead. And then the next step from there is continuing to grow our players and learning how to finish those type of games.
Jason Jones.
Hey, Luke.
Jason.
Yeah, you talked about before about good teams keeping those leads and the team doing the things to get that lead. How are the guys doing as far as you can see, is working on their own to figure out when a team makes a run? What do you have to do as opposed to you having to go to the timeout route more than once?
Yeah, I think our guys are getting it. You're starting to hear a lot more dialogue and timeouts, dialogue on the free throw line. I think De'Aaron Fox is doing a great job. I think Tyrese has helped a lot from the communication standpoint. Harrison being solid, but it's about communication, and it's about understanding when another team's on a run, and then doing something that we feel very confident in executing when we have the ball back. So from what I'm seeing, that's happening. That process has begun, and again, I feel like you go through that fourth quarter, like we got stops, we had open looks, and you're not always going to make those. But, just to see the guys in the way they're interacting with each other and talking about what needs to happen is a very important step.
Sean Cunningham.
Luke, you kind of touched on it a little bit already, but noticing the way how your team has sometimes responded to the opposition when they do go on a run, how encouraging was it to see the way you guys responded in the right way? Because sometimes some of those runs this year have just kind of blown open the game.
Yeah, I thought it was a very good effort by our team tonight, and you know the way that they were shooting the ball and the, you know what that team's capable of. You know, it could have definitely gone, you know, quickly the other direction. And our guys, you know, they cut into the lead, you know, in the early lead we built up in the second, and we came out and built up another big lead in the third, and they cut into that, and you know, we're right in there fighting and stopping. It's back and forth all game long. Against one of the, you know, most elite teams in our league, and down the stretch, Dame and CJ hit some tough shots. When we did get stops, they got some offensive rebounds, and then when we had open looks, they didn't drop, but they're good looks. So again, I thought our guys' effort and fight was at a very high level tonight. They just ended up making more plays than we did.
Tony Harvey.
Yeah, Coach Walton, while we're in that discussion about the runs, Portland, I know you talked about, you know, they do a lot of things they've been doing over the years, but this Terry Stott team looked like they're running a little bit more. Would you see any difference in that, you know, as far as their style of play?
Yeah, well, you know, I think that they've done a really nice job building that team around Dame and CJ. You know, they tried a couple of different things, and I think they found what works best, and that's, you know, you give those guys some shooters and some length around them, and they're real tough to deal with. So, you know, I think a lot of what they have success with is that early drags and double drags because of how dangerous Dame and CJ are. You're trying to get your defense loaded. If you look at it, you know, when they went on that run in the second quarter, it's, you know, we're trying to send all that stuff to the screen so we can get our help there. And it's the second you relax, it's a baseline drive, which is making you collapse. And now they're kicking it to Trent, and he's getting open threes. So, you know, they do a really nice job of playing at a steady pace and really making you pay for, for any mistakes that you make defensively.
Ready to do a couple more, Jason Anderson.
Hey, Luke, two separate things. Buddy, to see him get it going these last two games, how good of a sign is that for you guys, and what could it mean going forward? And then regarding that, like the second quarter lead and the third quarter lead, granted it's a game of runs, but were there anything's consistent in the end of those quarters that you saw that led to those leads getting away?
Well, first, your first question, Buddy. Yeah, Buddy was great. I thought Buddy was great tonight. You know, we obviously need his 3-point shooting, and you know when he's doing that. But I thought he was really good tonight because of, you know, the taking care of the ball. I thought he was really good tonight because he was making solid passes when they were double teaming him, coming off of any DHO or pick and roll action. He you know, that's what I thought made him have a very, very solid game. And then when he's shooting on top of it, you know, that's a big plus for us. So, you know, that was good to see. I think both runs they went on, we kind of got away from the free flowing, sharing, making the extra pass, which is, you know, kind of a natural thing. You get a build up a lead, and then you know, the other team turns up in the intensity, and then you stop, you know, you stop making those same plays you were making to build a lead. So I feel like that happened to us a little bit in the second, a little bit late in the third, and then the fourth. I thought we handled the pressure all right. We just again, I just don't think we made shots when we got them.
Last one, James Ham.
Yeah, Luke, going back to Buddy there, he missed his last 6 threes, but outside of that, he was pretty good throughout the whole season. I mean, the whole game. That was only his second 20-point game of the season. So how much do you need him to figure out what's going on with his game and stretch the floor and space it out for you?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, part of the reason you saw us go on big runs was, you know, Buddy shooting the ball like that. I mean, he's our best shooter, and we need those type of nights. You know, but again, to me, the teaching point for him would be, let's play everything else how you did tonight. Steady with the ball, 0 turnovers, 5 assists. He played a steady game, which means whether he's shooting well or not, we're going to give ourselves a chance. And then most nights, if he's going to play like that and make shots, now we really put ourselves in a good spot. But yeah, we're clearly a much more dangerous team when he's shooting the 3-ball well.